It's Thursday, and we all know what that means. Yes, a show that almost always starts on time.
Hey!
The show that will never get boring arguing over semantics.
Hey!
Right, it's that show on Thursday with Ziona and Slaygon. Live on Slay Radio.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Is it?
Well, it's an evening at least.
Yeah, well, that's what you
And
keep
we're here.
asking. When I say good morning
Yeah,
to him,
that's morning. Those are very different.
those are always very different.
Very different.
Right. So, good evening, everyone, on the 10th of July, 2025. And we are back after so many things have happened again. And this seems to be a practice this year. So,
It's the warm-up year.
the warm-up year?
Yeah.
Warm-up to what exactly?
Instead of a warm-up half hour.
Warming up the apocalypse or something, because this is how it feels like. We've been away last week because they cut our internet connection
Big
to
hole
fiber.
in the street.
Yes, they were rebuilding some stuff there, like completely.
Yeah, putting down some new drain pipes or whatever in the ground, so they had to dig up half the street. And our fiber was not deep enough and not marked on any of the maps.
And the thing I noticed instantly, obviously, that I was working, and of course there is no internet, but I'm still on Wi-Fi. What is happening? And that happened. So we needed to wait at least 3-4 days until they came and fixed our internet, which was Friday. Was it?
Friday morning. It was they cut it Monday morning, and it came up like Monday morning 10:18. It cut, and then Friday morning at 10:14 it came back online.
Yay! Why not a day before? Because then we could do a show. But we couldn't.
No.
So we had to risk to run it from mobile internet, which not the worst here, but
No, it would have worked, but I didn't want to kind of plug it in because the whole Slay Radio thing kind of is dependent on very many systems that need to talk to the internet. So I would have needed to put the 5G, my work mobile, in the server room and route everything through there. Didn't really want to do that. So yeah, here we are. But we're here now.
at least we are here now for 1 week. Yeah, next week we disappear again. So
Yeah, well, but there will be a stream next week
there will be.
from Arok.
Oh yeah, of course. We don't entirely disappear.
Exactly.
We just disappear on Thursday.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But we are very looking forward to that. So that's gonna be fun.
It's going to be different.
It's always different. But
Always.
yes.
This time I'm gonna try to get all of my cables with me that I need. I need to talk to Vincenzo to know what kind of because I can't remember what kind of outputs they have and all of that. So I know what kind of cabling I need to bring with me. Because last time it was just a big ass mess.
Oh my God. Yeah, like now I can see the security check already happening. Like
Just cables. It's
yeah,
fine.
it's just cables. But last time we needed to get everything out in the UK. Was it in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, we'll expect a longer security check, I guess, because that's how it is.
It is.
But yes.
What it is.
Yes. So we are still at this week, but we will talk about what will happen next week as well a bit later. How you guys have been? Is everyone all right? I hope so.
Did you survive
Well,
a week without us having no internet?
well, I'm sure they did. That's one of those things. Not a question at all.
Less stupid comments from me, so all the better, I guess.
Okay. Well, Well, I guess then we can just kick off this show and see where it goes, right? As usual.
Guess.
Yeah, so let's kick it off with one of the latest releases of Dr. Future, where nostalgia thrives, hope in dystopia. And this came out at the last day of June. So there soon will be a remix news of June, I guess.
Yes. Well, it's not going to help because we're for next Thursday, because we're not going to do a show next Thursday, but Lala is going to work on it over the weekend. He hopes. No guarantees, but
yeah,
it's all a labor of love, and it's on a kind of a whenever there's time kind of a basis.
Yeah. So, well, it will happen at some point in like 2-3 weeks at some point. So Remix News June will be released shortly. Soon shortly. And the last released remix of June.
Speaking of remix news, by the way, there's a new announcer, as has been kind of most of this year. So you're gonna like this one.
Yes, all this year was new announcers.
Yes,
I think so. Yes,
like I said earlier.
Like you said.
Yes,
not
but
most.
You're gonna like it.
Yes, you're gonna like it. We are absolutely certain about that. And yes, here comes Dr. Future to kick off this evening.
Dancing, memories untold. We were children chasing dreams so free. Mega Man dreams, and it be. Time slips away like sand through our hands. Those old consoles, now in forgotten lands. Art-time battles, and now train drives. F-Zero speed, where nostalgia thrives. Different because you missed that stuff. Don't feel alone, there's still many of us missing those simpler times. Had such a blast. We're still moving into the loom of the past. In life's arcade, where choices derive. Once there was plenty, now hard to revive. Warm in memories, persistent survive. In the blur of life, where nostalgia thrives. Memories untold. We were children chasing dreams so free. Mega Man dreams, and it be. Time slips away like sand through our hands. Those old consoles, now in forgotten lands. Art-time battles, and now train drives. F-Zero speed, where nostalgia thrives. Think you are different because you missed that stuff. Don't feel alone, there's still many of us missing those simpler times. Had such a blast. We're still moving into the loom of the past. In life's arcade, where choices
Okay, yeah, well, you just closed it.
I did.
As it should be closed.
Yes, exactly.
Everything should be closed this way, you think?
Not everything.
Not everything, but
many things.
yes. So that was Where Nostalgia Thrives, Hope in Dystopia by Dr. Future. And I am looking for the next song here, which we have quite a few releases from this man. Who happens to be feeling a bit better now, which is really nice to hear.
Which is very good.
Yes. So, and FS, please define what is this cool Frogger tune from Revision Contest, because from this we just won't know which tune we should play. So I need some additional information there.
I do not remember any Frogger.
Yeah, me
at
neither.
Revision.
So not really sure what we are referring to here, but we are waiting for your feedback on that one.
Yeah, any more information would be good information. But if you want to make a request as well, you can do that by going to slay.radio/request.
Yes.
And if you want to join us on Discord, where most of the chatting takes place, you can do that by going to slay.radio/discord.
Yes. Thank you. So, what happened with you within 2 weeks?
The past 2 weeks?
The past 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks? I do not know. I will go to Hungary and we'll see what happens.
Ah, okay.
But the past 2 weeks, no internet, some gardening, high pressure washing outside, and I started an Amiga remix.
He's officially getting old. He's gardening now.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant doing Amiga remixes.
That's. I also started on an Amiga remix, for that matter. So yeah, and no, these are not for Arok.
No,
because Arok mostly prefers Commodore 64 remixes, just in case you want to send in some releases. And I know about a few already. And oh God, I forgot to answer to an email now that I think of that. It's coming. It's in 1 week, and still remix competition. One of the very few in these parties. So if you want to get your remix into the competition that we will broadcast on Saturday, I believe it will be Saturday.
I believe it was, yes.
Yes, and I'm just double checking because
like 7-ish or something like that.
We should not fail with this one. Schedule. Let's see. Yes, music compo, remix compo, and the remix compo is at 8 on Saturday in the evening, 8 Central European Summer Time, so make sure to not miss that. Also, I will play on Friday from 9 o'clock a set that goes into the night, I guess, because I seem to be the last one, so yeah, about 1.5 hour mixture of mostly Commodore 64 remixes. Maybe some tiny bits of Amiga there, but I don't know. We will see.
Maybe.
Yes, so that's what we expect to happen.
Yeah, and Nod Dog says, we're just chopped liver here on RC. Well, there's no shortcut to getting there, but if you do like IRC or prefer IRC over these more modern ways of communicating, you can get to IRC as well. We are on the FNet network in the channel Slay Radio.
And we are bridged.
Yes, the IRC channel and Discord are bridged, so people on Discord can see what you write there, and people on IRC can see what you write on Discord. Very nifty.
Indeed.
Yes,
very.
And that is actually on 24/7. Twitch is also bridged, but only during live shows.
Thank you. That's always good to know. Right.
Yes, always good to know.
Right. Yeah. So, and well, yeah, you were gardening.
A little bit, not too much.
Yeah, and now it's since he is not occupied with day jobs and all of that, he can just make me feel bad because I am. And I'm not doing the gardening.
Yeah, well, even when I did have a day job, you didn't do any more gardening then.
That's very true, but at least you know,
At least I did.
Sometimes I tried.
Yeah. And then you get one scratch, and that was it for 2 years straight.
That's not it.
Yes.
But it is very true that when I went out in shorts and I didn't even have a deep cut that much, that scratch is still there after like 3 freaking years on my leg, like the bottom part of the leg. So it's a bit annoying, yes. So since then I'm not going out in shorts. So that's one of the things.
Go out gardening, you mean?
Yeah.
You do go out in shorts.
Well, to the post box, yes. I guess. That's all I do.
Nardog has a good question. He's wondering if anyone is using IRC on a C64.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are cartridges and whatnot that you can hook up and
Yeah,
do
probably.
the IRC thing.
Probably
and
they do.
And the protocol is simple enough to interpret on a 64, so
Yeah.
should be doable.
Yeah, I think there are some people who do that. Not really sure if in this community, but there must be some.
I know there's some people that have IRC clients and whatnot on Amiga at least. I haven't really seen anyone lately. I saw years ago someone had their, what was it, 1541 Ultimates or something like that, hooked up to IRC. Can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's doable.
And if it's doable, some people are doing it.
Oh, some people have already done it, but yeah, I wonder if anyone in this community has done it or is on there currently.
I wonder. Let's see what we have on our request list.
Instead of Buzz Radio's request list?
On our request list.
Exactly, instead of Buzz Radio's request
on our
list?
request list.
Ah.
Robert T. Online said he wants to hear Cybernoid 2 by Peter Clarke.
Cybernoid, interesting.
Cybernoid, yes, I like that. So let's play some Cybernoid, shall we?
Good with fiber. Fully doom.
Fully doom, yes. So yes, our warmest regards to Pete.
Yes.
And-
Yes.
And yes, I'm listening.
No. What were you going to say?
Not really anything important, so you could carry on.
I was just going to say hello to some people on their Discord. Nardog. Proton is on Twitch. Berlusconi as well. And Bolo, the newcomer remixer, just released his first remix very recently. Matt Ricardo, of course, and Ziny6581. And hello, Mr. Ray Romantico, who just joined us on Discord. And yes, very, very nice saxophone in that song.
Yeah.
Oh, and hello, I0 and GoHanks as well.
Oh, Izero is here too.
Yes, I just noticed. He uses his Amiga IRC once a year.
Oh, look at
just
that.
Just to check that the batteries haven't run out or something.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, I see him now. Nice. Need to read back here a little bit. Oh, and Matt Ricardo.
Yes.
Yes.
Already mentioned.
Yes.
Yes. And
Luna?
Luna? Is
Also,
he
yeah.
also there? Oh,
Well,
hi, Luna.
maybe she's like, yeah, she was earlier on the channel, but yes.
And Christian Schneider on YouTube. Apparently now you get small, nice icons when you chat there. Like he got this crown with the number 1 on there because he was the first one to actually chat on that
Wow, okay.
thingy.
That's
so
pretty cool.
They're trying.
Yeah, they
but,
are.
yeah, it's not a very active place because most people are on Discord.
And of course Twitch.
And we don't have a bridge. So yeah. Kind of a little bubble over there. Twitch is kind of brought into the Discord chat because it's bridged. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. It seems like, yeah, YouTube is always mostly for watching and not interacting, I think. So those people switch it on who don't want like to bother with much interaction and all of that, but it's still a platform, and still you don't need to log in.
It's still a platform.
Yes, and it kind of works.
Yeah.
And it keeps a nice archive, which Twitch doesn't. So I guess it's good to use it.
Twitch only has like a 2-week archive or something like that.
Yeah, and then
maybe 3. I can't remember now.
Yeah, and then they are just gone. Like, what's the point?
And Christian Schneider on that there YouTube says THX. I said no. Only stereo.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not even logged in on Twitch. Look at that. Okay, well, doesn't matter, I guess.
No, it doesn't matter much. Okay. So, what's going on with you guys?
I've already asked this question.
Did anyone answer?
I'm wondering.
I think the discussion kind of went to IRC on a C64 right after that. So
Yeah.
no, I don't think anyone actually answered. Anyone do anything of interest?
Yeah, during this summer break where most of the people started to go away on holiday, and Swedes most certainly, like there are barely any Swedes working already.
Yeah. July is just gone for work in Sweden.
Yes.
Like the entirety of Sweden just shuts down, called Industrisemester.
At least there is an agreement between everyone that, okay, now we are not working, okay, so don't send us any emails. Yeah, I guess that works too, right?
Yeah. Oh, GoHanks is at some conference thing in Berlin. He says, greetings from Berlin. I looked out for any Commodore nerds at the event today, only spotted one presenter wearing a Commodore t-shirt. Most people there seem to be younger.
Oh, the youngsters.
Aren't you younger? bring
he is.
bring him into the fold.
Oh, right.
You can connect.
Yeah, like spread the religion.
Yeah, exactly. Siny is rebuilding the music studio for the nth time, as is Firefox. I saw on some pictures on a different Discord. He's building kind of a little studio corner in the flat.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, he draws up all sorts of like CAD drawings and whatnot. For like goes all in on the planning phase of that. But yeah, he's starting to get there now. So with actual physical things, so it's starting to look really nice. Lala spent the 3 days of his Independence Day weekend tearing up all the rotten wood boards of our deck and replacing them with composite boards. Oh, that's good. And still only halfway done. Yeah, we actually started looking at replacing some of the stonework around the house with a little bit more modern looking stones. So need to do some measurements and whatnot and figure out how to tilt the whole fucking thing, because currently those the pathway we have there tilts towards the house, and kind of all the water pools up right next to the concrete wall of the house. Not very good.
No.
So I need to kind of tilt it the other way and put a drain in there that goes down the drain. So yeah.
Yeah, so I0 has been painting the house and garage and fixing some bicycles. It seems like people spending the summer very active.
Yeah, it's a good way of spending the summer, because then at least you are outside a little bit.
Yeah, true.
And you are being active. Don't need to go to the gym when you're doing shit like that.
Yes, you do. I mean,
you
if I
don't.
don't go, if I don't
If
go,
you
I
do
feel
that
bad.
if you do that sort of thing, you don't need to go to the gym. Is my point.
Yeah, still okay. I mean, I can accept that if you don't want to. But
I can put you on lifting up all those stones out there in the front. There's a few 100 kilos of stone out there.
Which stones?
The pathway I just cleaned up with the high pressure washer.
Yeah, but those are, well, okay, but probably I can't lift them up just like that.
Yes, you can.
And
The individual stones don't weigh more than maybe 20-25 kilos each or something like that.
well, okay, maybe I can lift them up, but it's gonna hurt.
Why?
Well, because
What
20
is gonna
kilos is not really the weight that I do everyday things with. So yeah.
Well, you just lift one at a time and walk over to the place where we store them, and then go and fetch another one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's very good exercise. You get your leg work in with the crouching and everything. You get the
I will squat with them.
Yeah, you will squat when you pick them up. And then you get grip strength, which you don't do much with, other than when you lift those very, very nicely rounded bars of weights in the gym. Now you get actual grip strength. Your fingers get strong. Strong. My fingers are strong.
Yeah, I don't know. No, not until August, at least. Sorry.
Yeah, I still need to decide
No
what kind of
time.
stones we get, and need to dig out a trench and get some gravel and stuff so I can level things out.
And we need to do this in the short. But anyway,
It's not that sensitive.
Slaygon is the new personal trainer. What a motivation.
Yeah, come to Slay HQ. I'll put you all to work.
Oh, wow.
I have some work to be done in the backyard. Need to dig up a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and there's things to be done.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Yeah,
to
it's
strengthen
like
your core.
free accommodation, you only need to work.
Yeah,
Yeah, like go sightseeing with go sightseeing in Gothenburg. Free accommodation, but you need to work and garden. Yeah,
yeah.
doesn't sound like a great deal to me, but But what can I say? Maybe your marketing is great. Who knows? We
Yeah,
will
who
figure
knows?
it out.
It's a great way of getting in shape.
Lala.
At least you're doing something, not just lifting weights for no fucking reason.
Yeah, okay. You have a point there. Lala says that all I'm hearing is that Slaygon is planning to be playing Boulder Dash soon.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Well.
Ah, well. Where were we? Let's see. Slave gone. Should we?
Oh, I just need to read this quote from Nard Dog. My uncle was a plumber and said there were 2 main things you need to know. 1, shit flows downhill. 2, payday is Friday.
Okay. Right. Is that in your place? That's good to know.
Well, those are 2
By
good
us it
things to know.
varies, I guess. Yeah,
Huh?
but it's good to know when payday is. By us it varies. It's not only Friday. But
Yeah.
yes.
But in
Yeah,
his
true.
uncle's
Yeah. Different times.
wording,
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
maybe.
And Max Levine requested Cheep the Peanut and King Dededes theme C64 arrangement. He also provided a link for this. So, did you prepare that?
I did indeed do that.
Well,
So let's hear that.
yes.
Shall we? No, not shell. There's no shells here.
No.
We only have these. They are not shells, but the same color.
You don't even like shells.
Well,
They are tasty though, but
No, what?
Yes.
Shells?
no, not the shells, but the, you know what I mean.
No, not really.
Oh, come on. You don't
Mussels?
eat seafood.
Mussels? Oysters?
Yes, mussels.
Oysters? Yeah,
Mussels.
oysters.
Or oysters. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so definitely not the shell then.
Not its shell, no, but what is inside of it.
Oof,
So,
yeah, if I want snot, I have my own in my nose. Hey, it's fine. Fiddly-dum.
Fiddly doom.
Dudum, dudum.
That was.
Oh, why is it doing that? Oh, it's the thingy.
Is the content.
It's a thingy for the end bit. So if you want to follow that account, you have it right there.
right there. So
right there.
lovely and very Max Levine-like request.
Very,
Yes,
very busy.
what I would expect him to request.
I'm trying to look for
Stones.
the thing I showed you that looks like wood. Because what Lala put in is some composite material thing,
Yeah,
and
I know.
I thought
I think we
it would
talked
be
about
nice.
this before, and I said that wow, that would be cool when
Yes,
it looks like
we
wood,
talked
but
about
it's
it,
not.
yes.
Yeah, it's not.
But
Yeah, but I'm with you on that one. I think that would look cool.
it would indeed look very cool. There's a, I think, example of it. Is that? Yeah, I think that's one of them. For the patio thing, something kind of like that. It wasn't this particular one, but kind of looks cool,
I agree.
I thought.
I really like those hybrid things that look like it's a stone, but it looks like wood. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
And also this type, the one I posted and the one I showed you earlier, kind of looks like it's just extending the oak like flooring I put in the living room.
Okay, why not?
Yeah, so it kind of looks like an extension of the living room,
Yeah.
because we have a nice kind of a panoramic window in the living room that
But that would
has
be
a
on the
good view.
terrace?
Yes,
Ah, yeah, okay,
Yes.
that would work.
yes, it would.
Oh, it's just such a big work to do this. Oh, God.
Nah, not that big.
I don't know. I don't know.
Signy. Nu blev det allvarligt. Ettan snus åkte in i gapet.
Okay, and now explain, please. I know ettan snus because
This
that's
is
what.
ettan snus, and it's kind of like, like just like not chewing tobacco, but you just put it under your lip. You don't chew on it. So yeah,
And
but it's nice.
well, it's nice for some, I guess.
Yeah.
It kicks me in the head when I tried it, but
Yes, it
that's
would.
with every snooze that I tried because I did not get used to nicotine, so it doesn't matter. I'm not really a good
Yeah, exactly.
recommendation here. But Lala, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
That really looks great.
It does indeed. Looks really, really nice. Let's see. That's the new versus old. So the new is the closest one, and the old one at the end there. So yeah, great work. Awesome.
Very nice work. And do you do it on your own?
Yes.
Only alone?
Yes, he did.
That's it?
Did it alone. Siny has a good question. Where's the trapdoor? It's hidden, I presume. It would be obvious. It would kind of defeat the point if you saw it. So yeah,
That's why it's called trapdoor. So obviously
yeah.
you shouldn't see it. All right. Yeah. Any fun summer plans? That's the favorite question of my colleagues as well. And
Yeah, and also, are you going to enjoy the good weather on that one summer day?
yeah, that's the other thing, that it doesn't really feel like summer, and frankly, it's well, next week we are going to Hungary, and here in Sweden you can't really imagine what's going on there. Let me just check a quick weather forecast. So, because the thing is that right now there's rain and all of that, but in the next week, next few days, it is going to be 30 degrees, yes, 26, 30, and it's just literally, impossible to prepare for such weather here in Sweden because it feels so different every time I go there, and I think I talk about this every summer, how different it is, and how Swedish summer clothes don't work in Hungary and in Central Europe or anywhere else, because they have like almost every single top and t-shirt that they have for sale is like this ribbed thick material, whatnot, and I'm dying in them. Like, that is literally not something that you could wear in 30 degrees. But yeah, each to their own, I guess. So I'm planning to do a Swedish summer wardrobe and a Hungarian summer wardrobe, so I can actually know, oh wow, that's this page isn't working. Which
Whoops.
page is that?
Remix64.com. If you try to search
no.
for something, get a HTTP 500.
Oh no, let Airman know what is going on. Otherwise the page works. It's only the search that doesn't
Looks
work.
like it's just a search that doesn't work, yeah. Oh well. So I guess because I think a lot of these pages on Remix64 are pre-rendered.
Pre-rendered?
Yes. So they are just rendered out as HTML, which makes them load really fast.
No, that's pretty cool indeed.
At least it used to be that way before. I don't know. He's updated the CMS quite a few times since we talked about it, so might be different these days. Yeah, maybe this is one of the side effects of him doing some updates in the background.
Side effects, yeah.
Yes.
And
A little oopsie, like oops, forgot to check in that one crucial file in this update.
Yeah, it's just typical. And Lala said that they have done the terrors themselves. Wifey helped out. My older daughter helped out, although it mostly required my muscle work to tear up the old nailed down boards. So Lala is a hero.
Yeah. It's not fun work.
No, it doesn't sound like it's fun. So.
No, but it's very nice once it's done.
Yeah, I believe you.
Just
And
imagine opening the curtains in the morning and you're just seeing that, the whole thing expands outward.
See, that's the problem. I'm not really looking out that much in the morning. All I do
when
is...
you open the curtains, you will see
I know, but it's like there's 1 second when I look out, which is such a shame, and I know
Maybe
that...
now you will look out 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know. It's such a shame because I instantly go to the front of my computer and open the window next to it, and then... Sure, I look out the window there, the other side, but it's...
So first you open Windows and then you open Window.
That's the other window. That's not the terrace window.
First you open Windows and then you open Window.
That's one window that I'm opening, not two. Yes.
Yes, and also Windows.
Yes. The windows. Yes, I also opened my windows. Yes.
First you open Windows and then you open Window.
True. That took a while for me to process. I'm sorry about that. Okay. And we are at Proton's request right now. So he wants to hear Cybernoid 2. It's a Cybernoid evening today. And Mordi. And this version, it's been a while since we heard it. It's featuring Jennie and Kylie.
Danko. Frank Danko, Frank Danko. Fully Doom. Oh, sorry. Fully Doom. Fully Doom. Fully Doom. Fully Doom.
Oh, did you want to be sexy with that Fully Doom?
No.
No.
Just get a proper... Well, I can't get a proper bass out of my voice, but I was trying to.
Ask Boz. He has a proper bass.
He's not here.
I know.
He can't do a Fully Doom. You need to do them live.
He's not here.
No,
And
he's
you
not here.
instantly start to say here, like when you have a beer. And I knew it. I didn't even see. I didn't
Here.
even notice.
Here. Beer.
He's not here. No, it's just so funny. Like I
I
enter.
had one sip.
Yes. Sometimes I come home, enter the house, and then he shouts something at me. And then I'm like,
what are you doing home?
no. I'm like, 3 beers. You had 3 beers. And then he says, yes. Or he said, it was just 2. Or the other way around. But 2 or 3. I can actually hear it from his voice and the first sentence that he tells me.
Not after one sip, no.
No, but that was how much that you drank
Just
now?
one sip. It's full.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow, I'm getting
sip.
so good. That means I barely even noticed that you brought this here.
Yes, but your subconscious did. And he's just gonna start to ramble now instantly
Yeah.
because he sees a can of beer.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I mean, but you can't deny I'm good with this.
Oh, Lala has a good idea for the Cybernoid game. A game where the goal is to reconnect all the fiber optic cables that were cut by the evil antagonist.
Wow.
Well, they didn't actually connect them again. They just pulled new fiber.
Yeah.
All the way, so like several hundred meters away to
Did they dig deeper
the
though?
junction box. No, they didn't dig anything.
They didn't. And
Not the guys who put the fiber in, no.
Okay.
They just used the existing pipes that the old fiber went in through.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how long it will last.
Yeah, especially if it remains unmarked in all the cabling charts and whatnot.
It's like other
I
service
actually need
coming
to, that's a good reminder, I need to call my ISP and, or our ISP rather, and ask them to put in some goddamn markings on whatever maps are needed, because this was completely unmarked. And it wasn't deep enough. It was like this deep under the street. It should be like this deep, like half a meter at least. You know, this was like 20 centimeters or something.
Doesn't sound good. But yeah, it's. I guess they need to mark it somehow, because otherwise it will happen again and again. And it already happened once. I think this was not the first.
No. They haven't dug up the fiber before.
No, they did. Okay, there was something. There was something else with the internet. There's always something else.
Yes. And also the whole length of the where they dug down the fiber should have this protective kind of a band around it. It didn't have that either. So yeah, not good. Yeah, Banan, sorry, there are no live shows currently scheduled. It's too bad.
Yeah, right. I mean, he was at IRC, right? So I don't know how much he knows. Maybe he just didn't listen in and he has no idea what's going on. But I think he does, because now he sent a request.
Yeah,
So-
maybe he realized after he...
Yeah.
Bolo says, "You lie!" No, that's actually not a lie. There's no live shows scheduled.
Yeah, it's the one is not scheduled that we are doing right now.
Exactly.
It already happens.
It is live,
Yeah,
but
true.
not on the schedule anymore.
True.
Because we're in the schedule now.
We are in the schedule.
Yes, we did a deep dive into the schedule, so we are now inside the schedule.
We are inside the schedule.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, well, always something to learn, I guess.
Yes.
I feel so lucky with you. I learn something every day, even after 8 years.
Yeah, it's a nice way of seeing the world from a different angle, kind of like trying to imagine what you would see if you fell into a black hole.
I feel like a baby. Everything is new.
You would see the whole universe just pass in front of your eyes from its current state and going faster and faster and faster and faster until the end of time, in pretty much an instant, as you fall through the black hole.
And then you die, so you won't see it anyway.
Yes, while you fall through and the event horizon. So if it's a super massive black hole, not small ones, those you just spaghettify, but if it's a supermassive black hole, you don't actually spaghettify. While you fall through the event horizon, which is not like a membrane or anything. It's just where you kind of the space-time curves so badly that you can't get back out. Only things can go inward, not outward.
Yeah, I know that, but seeing everything until the end of time.
Yes. It's kind of like a photon being born at the beginning of the universe, when the universe became to be and the first photons were born, and it has traveled throughout the universe for 13.8 billion years from our perspective, and it hits a telescope's lens and then instantly dies. From our perspective, that photon has traveled for 13.8 billion years. From the photon's perspective, because it travels at speed of light, it just goes, "Yay, I'm born, I'm dead." because no time passes for it.
Wow. Okay.
The snooze is not kicking in.
Well, the beer does though. When
Yeah,
he barely had anything, and it's already kicking in.
No, it's just a very interesting, different perspective
We are
thing.
not talking about the oxygen yet.
Not
It's
yet.
coming
We're not
very
on,
soon.
We're not on the oxygen yet.
Yes. Okay.
I need several more beers for that.
So, on one hand, you get a gift to see everything until the end of time. On the other hand, in 1 second, you die. I mean, it's a high price to pay for seeing everything until the end of time, but it must be an interesting experience. And does everyone know how many seconds do you perceive this end of time experience? Like, for how many seconds does it last?
Depends on the size of the black hole, I think. I'm not entirely sure,
Okay.
but it goes quite fast towards the end.
Because
Yeah,
if you
the closer you get to the black hole, time will around you, looking outward, will start to speed up. So it's a gradual process. But once you cross the event horizon, that has gone so fast that basically everything is going in super speed. And from that point onward, it's only a few seconds away from the end of the universe.
Oh God. Okay, so interesting.
Or, yeah, a few seconds or milliseconds or something like that. It's really, really quick.
Yeah, it's a quick death. I don't know if I would prefer that.
Well, if I knew I'm gonna die and what time I would die, and if I had the option of choosing my method of death or being non-living, let's put it that way, I would
be a
choose.
black hole.
I would choose to be thrown into a black hole, a supermassive black hole.
Okay.
If there was no radiation that would kind of remove me from the plane of the living beforehand, which there is, unfortunately.
Okay, so that's pointless then, I guess.
Kind of, yeah.
There is, yeah. But you're right. That must be, if it's inevitable, then why not see the end of time? I mean,
exactly. No, maybe if because from the looks of it, the math kind of checks out. There's a counterpart to a black hole called a white hole, which you can't enter. Nothing can enter the white hole, only exit. So if that's the other end of a black hole, then maybe you get thrown out into a different universe.
ooh,
Yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah. So you're the first one in that universe.
Ah. How do you know? There must be some people or someone, some beings, some entities before me.
Well, if that's how universes are born, then probably not.
No, you didn't say it's just being born.
No, but if that's the other end of a black hole, then I guess from that perspective, it could be a very old universe, but you wouldn't know.
No.
I don't know.
No, we wouldn't know.
No.
But yeah,
Also, they're just theoretical, and we can't really prove them. So I don't know. Black holes we know exist.
Bolo, whose request we are going to play now, says we are nothing compared to the universe and we know almost nothing, even at quantum scale. What is really quantum entanglement? Okay, time to drink.
Yeah, quantum entanglement is fun. What if you entangle, once we manage to do like macro entanglement, like take a whole object and take every single atom in that whole object, a macro object, and entangle every single particle and throw one of them into a black hole. Then we can actually observe what's going on inside the black hole. And maybe on the other end, if there is a white hole.
Okay.
But we would have to wait until the end of the universe to get the answers,
Well,
I guess.
still
Because
it's gonna take
time
some
dilation
time.
and whatnot.
Take some time, but someone will witness it. It's a Cybernoid.
Siny has been busy with his comfy UI setup and created a Cybernoid.
Yes, it's very nice. It's a nice little being.
Well,
That turned out to be a lot more creepy than I imagined, says Lala.
Yeah.
And yep, it did. But yeah, it's what I'm intrigued with this topic is the parallel universes topic and all of that. But let's get back to that after we play Bolo's request, which was 7DD9 and Ninja Carnage. Bolo, our newcomer, and we also need to play his track today.
Yes, we certainly do.
Ninja Carnage 7DD9.
A new Cybernoid.
These Cybernoids are getting very, very cute now.
Yes, very cute. I want to see some like a Monchichi hair out of fiber, strands of fiber, you know, those glowy things that you can buy as a lamp with like fiber, strands of fiber that glows in different colors.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That could be cool. That would make it even more cute, I think.
Monchichi makes me think of something that I never heard of before, but a friend of mine posted about it, how evil they look, and apparently this was, well, that shows that I'm not on TikTok and I have absolutely no idea what is going on there. But there is this figurine that was trending not that long ago.
Aww.
And it's called Labubu. Oh my god. And it looks very creepy. Like oh, this is cute. This is very
It's
cute.
very,
This
very
is
cute.
the cutest Cybernoid so far.
Yes.
Yes. So, well, just to get back to this, like, I mean, who thinks that this is cute? I don't think it is cute. I think it's quite creepy.
It's like a weird Teletubby.
Yeah, and it's like
Just put
people
that on.
apparently wore those on their bags and whatever, and adult people even. And yeah, I know, I like cute things too, but this is not it.
Yeah, that's not cute.
No,
It's like a Teletubby, Monchichi, weird thing. I don't know what.
yeah, and a
that
friend
is.
of mine got deeper into the thing, if a comparison of I don't know, an evil whatever entity from the past that is similar to and whatnot. So that was like a also a sort of conclusion there, but it still looks creepy. So
Yeah, and
yes,
Lala's teenage kids are all go 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 over it.
yeah, are they Lala? Yeah, there's literally always something that is trending there. But why this? Like,
Yeah,
cannot
I
be just
do
something
not know.
else, like Hello Kitty or Pusheen. That was a good trend. But this,
Or My Little Pony.
yes, that was a good trend too.
Why?
Because
it was
I
equally
was-
stupid as this.
No, My
Yes.
Little Pony was my favorite childhood
Yeah,
toy.
just because it was your favorite toy doesn't mean it's more cute than this. That's their favorite toy.
That this is not cute. My Little Ponies are cute.
No,
okay?
they are not.
Yes, they are.
No, they are not.
Don't tell me they are not. Like, come on. Like, where is that? Like, don't tell me this is not cute. It is cute. It's a baby pony, a baby unicorn. It is cute.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, give that weird head nodding Monchichi Teletubby a few years and it'll get to a cartoon version as well.
oh,
And it
I'm
will
pretty
be
sure
cute-
if it's not
cute
already.
in quotes too. And that's not a pony.
Okay, that's a
in
baby
any,
pony.
by any measure.
Okay.
That's more like a hippo with a weird horn.
Okay. Oh, let me just. Well, these are the new generation ponies. They are
Yes,
not
and-
that nice as the old generation ponies, but
And I agree with Gohanks that at some point cute can become creepy.
yeah, at some point maybe this is why they did that. But also, it was interesting that I read about some people.
But here's the thing.
What?
These do not look like the My Little Ponies that you had.
No, they are the
Exactly.
new generation ponies. They
Yeah.
are the whatever generation now, like
The whatever generation.
like
Yeah, whatever.
Nah. I don't know if I see anything. No, the G1 ponies are like this. These are the generation 1 ponies. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm well informed now because I still have all my pony collection with me, and at some point I would love to.
They could have looped that better.
Yeah, I know they didn't do a great job on the looping, but I would love at some point to sell them to someone who will be happy about them. And I looked up the things. What? Trump and Biden debate over My Little Pony.
My Little Pony generations.
Okay. Yeah, that must be a nice deep fake. I give you that.
I need to go back and watch that later on.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And good evening, Frank.
Is hello. And I saw the messages on the Padua server. Just didn't have time to respond yet.
I do not mind if we postpone it 1 week, by the way, just saying, because, well, my Hungarian weeks are usually a disaster, equal to a disaster, kind of, or, well, very busy, kind of.
Very
or well,
1984-ish.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
Kind of like your Little Ponies.
My Little Ponies, yes, exactly. But
They are Orwellian.
They are Orwellian? No. Here's the thing: there was no news about, or no claims about. Oh God, this is cute and creepy at the same time. Yes.
Yeah, Lala posted this and said, "So cute." What did he say? So cute, it's creepy. There you are.
Oh my God! But still, much cuter than these lava wolf things.
It's a little bit like the Cheshire cat.
The what?
Hold on.
We're on it.
There we go.
You know what is cute? These are cute. These are very cute. Here. These are cute. Well, these are really cute.
Yes, that's the Cheshire cat.
Well, that's not cute, though.
No, it's kind of cute. It's too lifelike to be cute, I think. But there are cartoon versions of that too. Yeah, here's a cute version of that. Hold on. Yeah, yep, cute but creepy. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. No, Lala's is better.
Yes. But it reminded me of this. I said.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely does.
I didn't say it's cuter. That this is cuter.
Maybe we should play some music as well, because
Yes,
we are
can.
talking for quite a while now, and I only know this because I know that is running for over 10 minutes now.
Oh yeah.
Which is quite weird. Anyway, Mila Soft requested Sandstorm in Central Park, and fiber equals poop a lot. I mean, it helps.
Sir, poop a lot.
Yes, it kind of helps,
Or
I
Miss
guess.
Poop a lot.
And yeah, this would be Dax, and you have the controls over there.
I do indeed.
So
And we have sound.
yes, that's great. It's a hit. It's a big hit.
It's a big hit.
Hit. Or if it's not yet, it should be. It's been a while since Dex released this one. But
what's that long-haired Dutch dude that is like a mix engineer? He has a YouTube channel, like white something studios thing. He does like reviews of plugins and shows his workflow and whatnot. And every track he ever plays, whatever it is that he's demonstrating, he always says that it's Sandstorm by Jeroen.
Okay.
And then he plays it, and of course it's not. It's kind of a running gag.
I was thinking of the Polish dude who always smiles and enjoys Nexus a whole lot, but no, that's not it.
No, this is like a thin, long hair type dude. Fun as well.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while since I followed him. I don't really subscribe to many channels. His was one of those. I have folders in my bookmarks where I have different types of content for YouTube channels with different types of content, like news in one, Blender stuff in one, Cubase stuff in one, that sort of thing, and music production things in one, plugin creators in one, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I usually just open the whole folder and to check out what's new with those instead of subscribing. Well, I subscribe to some of them, but the notification system on YouTube is shit, so I tend to not rely on it. But yeah, anyway, I kind of accidentally deleted his channel from one of those folders at some point, and then I just forgot to re-add it, and now I can't even remember the name of the channel.
Unbelievable.
Because that was one of those channels I was going to subscribe to, just in case that ever happened. But I'll find him again.
Yeah, pretty sure. You just need to remember a keyword or something.
Let's see if I can find him. White Sea Studios is the channel.
That was quick.
Yes.
You didn't need to Google that much.
No, I didn't. And this is what the dude looks like. He's fun.
Their vocal studio channel strip plugin for vocals. Upon first look, it doesn't look anything special. Like it's just a channel strip like we already have a few hundreds of. But
Right, he's fun. So, well, if you're into music production and that sort of thing, check out White Sea Studio.
Okay.
But yeah,
Good one.
yes.
He did not look like he's thirsty.
Oh, he's always like that.
Ah, he's always like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
wow.
his default, like, ground level setting.
Right. Okay. Well, lively person.
Yeah, very.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, now he went full on cute, Shiny. He says, last Cybernoid for now. Oh.
Aww. We'll just do the whole evening. Who can produce the cutest Cybernoid of the evening? See what we have in front of us. We have Lala's request. That is a Jeroen Breebaart track.
Jeroen Breebaart.
Yes, who
As
we
Boz.
didn't hear of.
As Jos Boz used to say.
Ah, okay. Yeah, he doesn't say that anymore. He
No,
still
he
needs
doesn't.
to do his BBB at
Yeah,
some point.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. How do we get to that? I don't know. Oh,
Often
Anyway,
referred to as BBB, the BBB program, the BBB project, BBB initiative, BBB. This transition marked the end of BBB.
yep, BBB. So we want BBB. Yes, let's hope that this make an impact, if nothing else. And Lala wants to hear Jeroen, Breebaart, and Crazy Comets.
Ooh.
Yee. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Jeroen Breebaart, who didn't do a lot lately, I think.
No.
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 No, but
He
we
did
hope
not.
that one day he will appear again.
Hopefully so.
Yes, hopefully so.
Jeroen Breebaart.
These Jeroens are really good with music, are they?
Yeah. So I've heard.
So we heard, indeed.
By the songs we play.
And Mr. Ray Romantico is in Florida, where it's 3:22 p.m.
No, it's 3:34 p.m.
Right now it's 3:34 indeed, because it's 12 minutes later. But it's interesting to think of the fact that some people listen to our show in the afternoon. It's a whole different vibe.
Yeah,
Right?
a little bit. Yeah, as you can
Yeah.
see, it's kind of dark in here, but even if we were to broadcast in the middle of the day, it would kind of be the same because I darkened all the windows in the
Well,
studio.
here it doesn't matter, but it's 9:34 here now in the evening, so it's quite an evening day closing thing that we usually do around here, I guess.
Usually, yes.
Usually.
Usually, yes. Did I? Oh, I haven't actually updated that yet, or replaced it. I was going to replace the camera stand with one of the ones I got from you for my birthday.
No.
I haven't done that yet because I'm afraid this one actually can't carry the weight of the lens, which is kind of this size and a bit heavy,
Mm-hmm.
plus the prompter that hangs off of the lens and the whole shoe that the camera sits on and to hold up all of that weight is made of pretty thin and flimsy plastic that already broke once.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to super glue it and put some kind of super glue, some extra kind of like seatbelt type material on that bit to hold it in place.
Yeah, I would say that next week you can test the thing. And yes, you will be able to test if you carry it with you.
Yes, I will definitely carry it with me.
Let's see how that broadcast goes.
Yes, and also I need to build myself some sort of, or buy myself some sort of mobile holder doohickey I can put in the shoe.
Okay. You can.
I can.
Yes.
I can do a lot of things.
Yes. You definitely can. You have the power to do that. And all around the world, in Oregon, it's 12:34 p.m.
Oh,
right now, lunchtime. And in Minnesota, where Lala is 2:34 p.m.
yeah, so in,
36 now.
in Oregon the time is sequential. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, that's a sign. And,
Is it though?
And, well, Lala's 2, 3, 4 is also...
True.
Look at that.
Mm. Very sequential.
Oh.
So we have Oregon, Minnesota and Florida with us right now. That's nice. More US people. That's very good.
Yeah, and at some point we could also visit that continent, maybe, at some point.
At some point. It's going to be a few years before we do, though. I'm not risking going to fucking jail and just be returned back home because I posted some thing on Facebook. There was this...
that's what they do now?
Yeah, there was this, whatever, was it Icelandic or Norwegian or some dude that got to the US, got held up in at border control or whatever, and they went through his phone and social media and whatnot, and on there he had this meme of JD Vance on his phone. Baby Vans or whatever it is called. What is it called? Was it this one? Maybe it was this one. Hold on. It's a bad version of it, but this one I think he had a version of it. Maybe not the... oh, there we go. Hold on. Someone posted a better version of it, of course.
I think Board was one of them that posted a similar one at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. So he got stopped at the at border control and sent back home.
Because of this?
Apparently he couldn't figure out any other reason for being stopped at the border. So
Well, great perspectives. Okay, we can postpone our visit.
Come and visit Canada, says Anonym.
Yeah.
It's like Lala just said. While it's it's not part of the US, while it's still not part of the US, because Trump has, of course, suggested that it would become the 51st state. And calls,
How do Canadians
calls,
react to that? Just
not
curious.
very well. The right-winger that led the election, that was just a month ago or whatever, he led by a lot. He was a very Trumpian type of a person. And then the anti-Trump person just shot way ahead of him and just ran past him over the finish line, because Trumpism isn't a very popular thing in Canada. Understandably so. It's not very popular anywhere else.
Anywhere other in the US, yeah. You want to say, yeah?
And these days, not in the US either. But yeah, it's going to be a few years, a good few years before I will even consider going to the US. Yeah, I don't want to
I've never been,
I don't want to be sent to Alligator Alcatraz. Yeah, they're building one in Texas, Florida. Where the fuck? Florida probably. Because alligators. They have a fucking swamp, and they built a detention center, a fucking thing over there, just out in the swamps, surrounded by like wildlife, alligators and shit. So even if you try to escape, you will be eaten by fucking alligators.
Okay.
Like, really?
Oh well, that's brutal.
Yeah. So yeah. Lala says, funny that Trump doesn't want to annex Mexico. Yeah, good luck with the cartels there. Well, I guess Junior would be happy with the cartels. Maybe he can make a deal with the cartels. I'll take half of your stash, which is kind of what I use over the weekend or whatever. He's always on coke. That's the joke there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of his interviews, but he's definitely on coke.
Luckily, I'm not checking this up as daily as you do, but it makes me happy that I don't actually.
Well,
I'm happy to get some news from time to time, but I don't require to be surrounded with this.
No, it's a bit of like a bad soap opera that you or a car crash or train wreck or whatever. You can't just look away once you started looking at it.
Yeah, I know. Somehow you and Boz are absolutely obsessed with the things going on there, and I just choose my piece rather than anything else.
Less so these days than before, but
now it's got just usual shit happens every day, like yeah, sure.
Yeah, but the whole fucking world is gonna go down the drain economically because of fucking tariff idiots over there. He's silver bullet for everything.
Yeah.
I have arthritis. I think I know a fix. Tariffs.
Yeah, it's not looking great at the moment, but well, let's do whatever we can around us, and the rest will play out somehow. Lana says, imagine how boring the world would be if you couldn't use the Trump clan as the butt of your jokes.
Yeah.
We need to hear a remix now, says Siny, and I completely agree with him.
Yep, I agree.
Completely agree. And since we have our new remixes here at hand, I think that it is time for us to play...
That it is.
Bolo's first remix from RKO, which got released fairly recently. It's exactly
last week.
6 days ago.
Yeah.
Yes, 6 days ago. And it is Spellbound. So
fresh.
Yep.
quite a nice selection of instrumentation, and for a first remix, I would say really well done.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, they're not applauding you.
Yeah, thank you for the applause for Bolo. Yes, thank you. It's been really amazing, and I think he is a very promising newcomer.
I would say so.
So, prepare yourselves, Remixer of the Year show next year. And everyone knows that you already can vote. You don't have to wait for the last few weeks if you want to suggest someone, for example, for the newcomer of the year. That could be a suggestion, right?
It could.
Of course,
It
the year
definitely
hasn't
is.
ended yet, but you can have several candidates. So you
Yes,
can
and-
add your candidates later on as well.
Yes, there's no limit on how many you can vote for in each category. The votes are just tallied up at the end, so.
Yeah.
And you can start voting whenever, like as soon as the
Year starts.
year gets reset, Remix 64 terms. You can start voting for the next one,
Which is
already.
usually in February, like where
Yeah.
the year turns, because we're end of January. This is when the voting closes, and then you can vote for the next year after the voting has been closed. But on Remix 64, you will always see the deadline that applies to the voting, and after the deadline has passed, then it's the next year, and then you can vote for the next years.
Yes,
for
what is
current
it?
years.
It's not Rotti.com anymore. It's Rotti Voting or something like that. Combo 2025. Yeah, Rotti-voting.
Yes, Bolo says, I need to learn a lot. Eivind gave me good advices. Well, yes, that's what you do. You learn from the best.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
as you
yeah,
should.
18th of January 2026. That's how long the voting will
Oh,
go
we
on
already
for.
know.
Yes.
Ah, nice. Okay. So you hear people, you still have like 6-ish months at least.
Yeah, but start voting now. Don't wait until the last day.
Yeah, don't, because that's usually not going very well.
No.
No. So
Also, if you have a remix you can that you want to release now, maybe you could submit it to the Arok remix compo,
yeah,
and
which is
then
in 1
release
week
it
almost.
after that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen at 8 o'clock Saturday, and Central European summertime, 8 o'clock in the evening on Saturday. So until then, you can do. Still, you have about 8 days, 8 or 9 days. Well, the deadline is a little bit earlier. So let me tell you what the deadline is.
Did
just
I
so
have
we.
that open? Yes, I did.
I think you
right
did,
there.
but it's good to
Yes.
establish that. So.
Yes, we have it.
Deadline
right
for
there.
all coming compos is 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. So, no, sorry. The remix compo deadline is still 5 o'clock on Friday. So, as we can see that. And yes, all the other compos
Yes.
deadline is 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, I think the deadline for the remix compo is earlier because they need to make sure they actually work on the Commodore 64, that they actually play the remixes on. They play them on a real C64
Yes.
with some mods, obviously.
Yeah. So,
And yes, pay attention to the bitrate requirements and such
It's
for the
important,
remix compo,
yeah.
because it's kind of sensitive, let's put it that way,
yeah.
the whole setup.
I think variable bitrate doesn't work, for example.
It's,
So
constant bitrate 256 kilobits, I think.
Yes, that's what they requested for. So that's what you need to keep in mind, and MP3, of course. So yeah, we are excited,
Starting to get.
But yeah,
And I
Yeah.
still don't know what to bring, equipment-wise, to the party.
you
Because
mentioned, but
Most of the cabling, obviously, to get the audio and whatnot, but and the stream needs to come in somehow, and I don't know how to do that just yet.
Are you expecting help from the listeners?
No, I need to know what gear they have at Arok, so I know
Yeah.
what to bring.
They are not listening, so I guess it's not
Yeah,
relevant for the
just-
people who are listening to us right now. Or who knows?
And it's irrelevant with black holes and whatnot.
No, that's also not relevant.
Exactly.
But at least they might be interested in that.
Well, the show description is off topic as well as topical.
Yeah, okay. Well, of course, it's off topic, but this is a topic that belongs to kind of us and the organizers, I thought.
Also, it's I guess interest if you are at all interested in broadcast type systems and whatnot. You might not be a broadcaster, but you might consider becoming one.
Well, I think it gets interesting when you start to list or start to tell the things, your list that you have in your mind right now to the listeners, because then they can learn from it. But if you just say that I don't know what to take, then nobody will know what to take. You see my point here, right?
Yeah, maybe I was going to fill in with a bit more information there.
Yeah, I was just waiting for that.
I never got there before you said nobody's interested in that.
Well,
so okay, nobody's interested.
No, I was
good,
just.
Let's go.
I was
what's next?
Objection relevance.
Yeah, exactly. Before I even got to the point.
Okay. I'm sorry. And how many times do you ask me, like, and how is that connected to the point?
Huh?
Exactly.
I didn't hear your question.
No, how many times are you asking me when I say something that is off topic? How is that connected to the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're having a discussion and you veer off somewhere else that is not connected to the topic, then yes, that's a relevant question.
Okay.
But now you just flat out said nobody is interested in hearing that.
No,
That's
it's just
very different approaches to these things.
No, what I said is that if you don't
Nobody
share...
is interested in this discussion, for instance. So
Oh yeah, that's very true. But no, maybe they are. They will get the popcorn
yet
out.
we're having it. That's
Yes.
kind of my point.
Yeah, okay. I also don't know what to take with me next week. Is this useful to anyone here? I don't think so. But yes.
Well, clothing is one thing.
Well,
you
that's
already
especially not
mentioned,
useful.
You already said it's going to be warm.
Well, that's relevant for those that will be there.
Yeah.
So don't really take your warmest attire.
Yeah, nobody
Like-
cares.
Yeah. Nobody cares. You will fucking care when it's 40 degrees there and you're sweating.
I can always take clothing off. I cannot put on anything I do not have.
Yeah, okay. I can also take all my clothes off, but probably that would be different, would it be? So, yeah, nobody wants... Well, maybe some.
Are you sure?
Anyway, where were we now? Okay, now we are getting started. It's like 10 o'clock after 2 hours. Now I feel like something is going on here. Right.
You just needed to poke the hornet's nest.
But admit it was good tactics, right? Right? Yeah, okay. Good. Anyway, I0 wants to hear Vandahlia and Dyna Blaster credits. Oh, Dyna Blaster, that was a great game, yes. So,
I
shall we?
don't know.
You don't know. I do know.
was almost a fiddly dum.
Me likey.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. Didn't you do a remix of Dyna Blaster? What was the blaster thing you made a remix of? Was only one of them?
That was Dynamoid.
Dynamoid. Okay, so not
Almost,
the
but not
blaster. It
quite
was a
the
Dyna
same.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, it was either a blaster something or something blaster or Dyna something.
It's Dyna.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the common part. But no, as you might know, I am preparing right now my first Amiga remix ever.
Second, actually third for me.
Yes,
the
I
second
know
one
you
was
did
an
that.
accident. I actually thought I was making a C64 remix. But
Oh
I
my
wasn't.
god. And then how did you feel when it turned out that it's...
Oh, it was the worst day of my life.
Oh,
Oh no! I've been fooled into making an Amiga remix.
oh, now you're forced to do that. Oh my god, poor little
I'm
thing.
not forced.
No, nobody forces. I
No.
know.
I wanted to do a remix of Cream of the Earth, but that has been done to death and back and really, really well. So I found another one that was one of my favorites from when I first heard them. Also, the composer of that track actually lives in Gothenburg, and I've met him several times
Surprisingly
in his
so.
offices where he made the thingy.
Nice.
Yes.
And who is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you will hear from us on Amiga Front shortly.
Well,
Shocking.
shortly is kind of a stretch.
Not that shortly, but
at some
this
point,
year. It's gonna be this year.
hopefully. And I might have a famous guitarist cooperating with me on that.
A
So,
famous guitarist.
Yes, also a famous SID musician.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A famous guitarist who is also a famous SID musician
Yes.
is a very, very good thing.
Yes, there are a couple of those.
Yes. Not that many though,
No.
so that kind of shrinks the things down a bit.
Yes, and also kind of hones in on sort of the style I'm going for. Dirty!
No, of course. Well, I mean, I would be very surprised if you would say clean.
Yeah, like a Dire Straits kind of a sound.
You know, I started to go dirty with mine and then it started to sound odd, so I needed to give it a rest now for 2 days. Because it's just something is not right with that, but I need to get back to it after everything with clean ears, and then let's hope for the best.
Yeah, I kind of haven't, since I haven't really done Amiga remixes, I'm trying to find a good process by which to kind of get through it. So yeah, I got each individual sample extracted as its own track. So there's that, and then clean that bit out. So it kind of sounds like a track again, because if you just smash those together, it sounds the hard left right panning.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to kind of get it to sound like a proper track to begin with, and then start replacing some of the percussive instruments one by one to find the first of all try to match the feel of the original, but I'm gonna look back to those later on to make them more dirty, obviously, and add more to them. But to begin with, it's basically going to be a 1-to-1 conversion, but with a slightly dirtier instrumentation. So yeah. And no, Lala, the guitarist name does not rhyme with Borneo Bright.
I love that question.
Also does not rhyme with Rodeo Clyde.
And take care, Anonym, by the way, because he needed to go. And yes, see you soon, Anonym.
Oh, bye,
Yeah.
Anonym. See you as soon as we have the next T64 core meeting, I guess.
Yeah. Which will happen shortly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Within a week or two or something. I guess.
Not 1 week, probably, but at least 2 or 3, who knows?
Week or 2, or maybe 3. Icepick says, more dirty, more like bad girls need love too. No, dirtier than that.
No. Oh, look at that. What can be dirtier than that?
Oh, many things.
Ew. Well, okay. We still have plenty of requests to choose from. And it's been a while since Banan requested Guru Mediator and Chase HQ2. So, and of course, this time not 10 minutes before the end of the show again. So, clap, clap. That's really good. So we will play it.
Very good.
Yeah, absolutely. So we definitely should play this for Banan. It's just a proof that you can always discover new great things. And no, this should be in my library because before I started to do my sets, I went through the whole RKO and I was like categorizing the tunes and I was going through that. And yet, missing pieces. It's just unbelievable.
It's so easy to do when you go through a whole bunch. We are having a bit of a discussion on Discord about libraries and like sound libraries and such. And there's a bunch of people like Lala says, yeah, well, it's not a lack of libraries that is the problem, it's the lack of time. And similarly for me, at some point I had to start to write down all the libraries in a fucking Google sheet so I could even remember I had them. But I had an idea of creating like a local database where I have all the libraries, and then whenever I use any patch, I can add it into the library and tag it with the track I have it in, the style, the feel, and any notes I might have about it. Just to have like something to reference, like this in combination with this worked really well to create this thing, or whatever. But yeah, I started writing a script that would go through sample libraries to begin with, where it would pick out stuff from the NKIs and whatnot, because there's always like some header information in there for the patches, for instance. I think that's how they map on to like the native instruments keyboards. They map the controllers onto the knobs and whatnot. So they have a bunch of information in there already that you can extract and put in your own database. Because I really don't like the interface that Native Instrument has for that. You need to load a separate VST that you then load the patch in with. It's cumbersome, and sure, you can use the keyboard and navigate with the keyboard and shit like that, but I don't care about that bit. It's more the way in which the interface works and how you find things. And if I have my own database with basically the same information that they have, but then I can add my own bits and pieces in there. So yeah, at some point I will write something that extracts all of that info and puts it in a local database that you can then tag things in. At some point, unless someone else beats me to it. But yeah, I don't know. But there are other libraries, except for like apart from the stuff that is in the Native Instruments bundles, the contact library and all of that shit. Like 8DO stuff, they don't even load in the library thing. You need to go into the file browser part and whatnot, so they don't really have any information about those, for instance. So need some way to get to those as well, because I have a shit bunch of 8DO stuff as well. Yeah.
No shit.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't know how you can get around 100 plus libraries or whatnot. That would be crazy for me.
100 plus sounds like a little.
Nah, it's even more. Like, how is that exactly happening?
Yeah, well, there was a time where I basically, anytime I had any money left at the end of the month, I used that money to buy plugins.
Good thing you could also save.
Or sample
because,
libraries.
Yeah, I don't see how that could happen.
Yeah, I didn't save.
You didn't?
At that
Okay.
point. No,
Good.
I didn't. That went on for, I don't know, about 2 or 3 years. So at the end of every month, whatever money I had left, I bought sample libraries and VSTs and shit like that. So yeah.
Okay. Well, it depends, of course, if you are a professional musician, but I would say that not a good investment if you buy like 1,000 and you use 10 of them.
Oh, that's the thing. I don't use 10 of them. I use whatever is appropriate for what I'm looking for.
Okay, that's good.
Like I also mentioned on the channel there, is that while most of my remixes kind of have the same feel, most of them actually do not use the same sample libraries or VSTs at all. They just have the same feel to them.
Okay, yeah. True.
So, yeah.
True. So yeah, that's one thing you can do, I guess.
Yeah. At least I have them. I don't need to kind of worry too much about
I feel
not
like
having a sound.
I feel like even Nexus is a lot for me. Like I have a few libraries there, but I'm very happy with Nexus. Like literally, it has almost everything I need. So
Yeah.
almost everything. Like not everything, but almost everything. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, they're talking about the contact manager is your friend, says Signy. Yeah, and Lala asks, what about non-contact libs like instrument VSTs? Exactly. That's kind of my point there. It's like, yeah, I don't have anywhere I can put that information down to have a reference to it. Like, I bought like extension packs and whatnot for Serum, for instance, Xfer Records Serum. It has a bunch of kind of good sounding shit that I sometimes return to. Sometimes I just use a little bit of it, and sometimes I just base an entire track off of it. Like I can't even remember what remix I made, but the subtitle that is Serum in Your Veins, because it's basically only Serum, the Serum VST in there,
Yeah, I
except
remember.
for the drums, basically.
Yes, and Master Ryan has arrived, and he says it's actually good to contain your sounds and palette conceptual. I guess it's good to keep them organized. I mean, I would be going crazy with that amount of libraries and not knowing what does what exactly. The other thing is...
Yeah, I think he means that he like make it smaller. Like not having too many options.
Yeah, either
like,
make smaller bunches,
sure.
or you know,
agree.
you can have your capsule library based
exactly.
on capsule wardrobe.
Yes.
That's what you need to have your capsule library.
Yes. I completely agree, but at the same time, for someone like me who don't do music very often, and I don't always know what kind of track I want to do. Like if you take, I don't know, my Platoon remix and compare it to Drunk Cat, there's no capsule sound library to have those things
Yeah, well, Drunk Cat is a different story. That was a very specific sound that went very specifically with that song, and that was really, really nice. And that you don't do very often. The capsule library of yours would be the dirty sounds that you use for almost all the remixes, and all those...
Yeah, except I changed them, because not all of them actually behave the same way.
And yet, they sound sometimes very similar, even if you change them.
Yes, they do, but they behave different.
Yes, I know.
Like, even if I have an instrument that can make that noise, it may not actually behave the way I need it to behave, which means I need to use a different one.
Yeah, but then...
Yes.
Okay, but then...
So, but yes, like this is where the tagging and categorizing would come in. That you have like one category for that type of sound, because then I can go there and look for that specific type of thing that I need. And
but sometimes
in short
it doesn't
order, go
fit.
through those.
Tagging would be more appropriate, because sometimes it just doesn't
that's what
fit
I
into
said.
one. Yeah,
I just
exactly.
said tagging.
Yeah.
You categorize and you tag.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I agree. If you want to make like have your sound, like take Instant Remedy for instance. He had a sound. That's it. You start an instant remedy track. You know instantly it's Instant Remedy.
Instantly.
Yes. Instantly. Maybe that's the instant part of the remedy part. Like you instantly know it's your remedy for your ears.
It definitely is for my ears.
Yeah. But at some point you have to update that soundscape. I presume.
Yeah, you need new input. I get that. Yeah,
but
totally
for me,
that.
I haven't really found my soundscape. I'm still experimenting. I don't want to limit myself to like this is my little bucket and this is all you have to play with. I I don't know. I don't want to do that. I'm not there yet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I know this dilemma. I know that very well. And maybe not because of libraries, because I was always sticking to my thing when it comes to music. And even if I would have 100 libraries, I guarantee you those strings would sound very similar from several libraries that I choose, and I always find a similar sounding strings for some odd reason because I gravitate towards them. So that's...
Yeah, you have a strong preference.
I have a strong preference, and I feel more comfortable with a low amount of libraries, but they are the quality ones and the ones that give me a variety. Like, let's say that, okay, you can say that Nexus is for dancey stuff, mostly, but no, not only, because it contains a whole lot more than that. And what would be my desire is to actually learn how to manipulate sound so much that I can... Now I can do small tweaks. Like I know that, okay, I need this sound, but I need to make it with more attack and less shorter and more echoey and a little bit less delay and whatnot. And I know, and I mostly know how to do that, but it would be so freaking great if I would be able to modify the character of the sound.
Yeah, you need to go to the school of Marcel Donnet. And
he has a school?
He will tell you to buy one plugin and that's it. You don't need anything else. He can make any sound you want to hear in Omnisphere. And that's the only plugin you will ever need, he will tell you.
Okay, where is that school? I'm signing up now.
It's over at Marcel's house.
Oh, God, okay. Well, I mean... We need to visit him at some point, but I guess this will take a while. I mean, maybe he can just lay down the groundwork there in 1-2 hours, like... No.
No. Last time I asked him about sound design, he said, well, do you have a couple of weeks?
Okay. Oh, Lala says, I have Nexus 4 now. The latest Nexus 5 allows you to manipulate presets to insane detail. Ooh, I knew I would need to upgrade last year. I always upgrade when they do the 50% off kind of thing, like around Christmas or, I don't know, what was that? Black Friday. Yeah. And they do this 50% off, and this is when I upgrade Nexus and Cubase as well sometimes. Last year I didn't, and that might have been a mistake. But anyway, thank you, Lala. I will keep my ears and eyes updated. And if Ryan says Nexus 5 is amazing, then everyone can believe that, right? Like, that's literally...
and he also says, no more a Rompler, but a serious synth.
Okay, well... Just go for Omnisphere and Nexus 5 people, and well, you will almost have everything. Probably not. I don't know.
Except for
orchestral, maybe. No, there are some orchestral.
Except for drums, I guess.
There are drums. Oh,
yes, I know there are drums.
Such great drums are there.
Yes, but not organic, like acoustic drum sets and that sort of thing.
No.
So you need, if you want to have that, then you need superior drummer. But after that, I think you'll pretty much. Good to go for a bass set.
What do you mean they have a summer sale? Oh no! Oh no! No, not now!
Apparently Ryan has a lot of Nexus 5 in his live setup. I can imagine it's pretty quick to get through the presets and whatnot. Ooh, 50% right now. Well, okay.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
No.
It says so right there. Summer sale.
Oh, I can see that. No, again, I will spend money. Like, I didn't do this the previous 2 weeks at all.
No, not at all. But
well, I do a lot of returns.
You did send back a bunch of clothing for
I did not yet, but I will.
You did send for a couple of thousand at least a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, that happens, but I think it will happen now. But
but you don't get money for it. Do you?
79 euros.
Do you get money for it? Or just
no, right now I need to make a return because
no, the thing you sent a couple of weeks
that's
back.
not
Did
money.
you get...
That was credits.
Exactly.
That's different.
That
okay?
was my point. You can't use that to buy this. Is my point.
No, I can't. But 79 euros now for an upgrade to Nexus 5. Okay, well.
Sounds like it's worth it.
1 week before a comp over, I want to make music on, and currently working on the Amiga remix as well. Is it a good idea to upgrade? Because anything can go wrong, basically, when this happens. I know this already.
Yeah, well, you're pretty early in the thing, aren't you? And also, can't you install both of them side by side, so you have
No.
Nexus 4 and 5?
No, because it upgrades it. So
No, but those are major versions.
yeah, I think that it
It's
upgrades.
like I can have Cubase 11 and 12 installed at the same time.
Well, technically that's different, but I think Nexus upgrades, and Nexus doesn't keep the previous version. But it's not a problem, because so far I upgraded from Nexus 3 and it went well. So, but you know, there is always some shit that can happen in the background, and literally it gets me into a black hole when that happens, because then I need to fix this and I need to fix that, and then half of the day was spent me fixing my system because something went wrong, and I just don't want to do that right now, but it's very tempting. So I'm gonna think of the summer sale, and I'm gonna check my system as well. Yeah, after my last system upgrade, actually audio hijack stopped working, and I needed to upgrade to a newer version because obviously the system didn't support it anymore.
Yeah,
But they deserve my money because they are so good. So no, it's seriously one of the best pieces of software out there ever.
They're absolutely great, and I just wonder why nobody's done that for Windows, for instance.
Right.
It's so
just,
weird. There's a market for it for Windows too. So
it works like a charm. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, that one, Bolo. That one.
Yep.
It's amazing and highly recommended. And if you have that, then well, I don't know what style you will go for, because obviously you can still go to many directions, but it will cover a whole lot. It's a bit dance focused, but it's not only dance. It's so much more.
Yeah, Nexus is kind of like the native instruments, what is it, Complete or whatever? Is it called Complete? Their sample pack or VST pack or instrument pack, I guess, used to be back in the day.
Okay.
So Nexus is kind of the new guy on the block with that.
Yeah, but it's really funny how they started with like I think they started with electronic focused things mostly, right? And then they kind of widened the palette.
Contact libraries, yes. And the whole complete contact.
Anyway, yeah. At this point, they should pay us commission, because we are talking about this for like 5 minutes and we don't get anything for that.
Oi,
so,
oi.
Oh, give me a free Nexus, please. Yeah, that's.
ReFX.
Yes.
Monies.
and we don't do the thingy either, like the what is that, the commercialized YouTube thingy, broadcasting thingy. We can't really do that, so no,
exactly. So we can't make money off of the YouTube channel anyway, so
darn it.
ReFX. Monies.
Oh, okay. And well, also we play remixes here. Shall we do that maybe at some point?
Oh yeah, that's what we do here.
I think that's what we do. And Berka requested Captain MoreGain and returned to Monkey Island theme from Amiga Remix, obviously.
Directions to Monkey Island. Preheat pot to 450 degrees. Add the following ingredients: 1 cinnamon stick, 4 leaves of mint, 1 human skull, pressed, 1 squirt squid ink, 2 pints monkey blood, 1 live chicken, 3 ounces brimstone, 1 or more of the following: pyridoxine hydrochloride, zinc oxide, yellow 8, 9 mononitrate, and BHA. Let bubble over a low flame until thickened. Serves crew of 4. Finally underway. Moments later, the voodoo spell kicks in, turning the ship to an unknown heading and off on its mysterious voyage.
Love muffin,
Sugar boots.
honey pumpkin.
Plunder bunny.
Kiss me.
No, we mustn't.
Why? Are you ashamed of me?
Not here, where everyone can see us.
Sorry, I'm just typing.
Deeply
typing.
in a discussion.
Yes.
Or deep in a discussion.
Yeah. I mean, I truly think that's like, as Dax thinks, that VPS Avenger is one of the best since
Never
Nexus.
used it.
Me neither, but I believe. I mean, he can use it. Like he really can use it.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
I mean, for me, Nexus was the thing, and I got it from you first, and you knew what you are getting for me. So.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
I had borrowed from the internet version of Nexus back in the day. After I reinstalled and started buying all the plugins instead, I never bought that because I just had other VSTs to do the same things it did for me back in the day. But yeah, I understand. It's a good library and all of that. I need to look into it again because it was kind of fun to play around with. I think one of the kind of live things I did that I recorded myself, like tinkering, and then later made a track out of, was using Nexus for one of them. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
So it's I mean, I understand that AI will kind of reorganize the industry in music and in graphics and everything, and it will happen. But I mean, how the hell I wouldn't want to make a Commodore 64 remix with my own power? I don't want to press a button that generates like a whatever song there. Like, sure, it's mind-blowing how it can generate random things, but it's like I never can look at this as our own creation. It's like, sure, I have written a few sentences and there is a song. Like, there's just literally no path or process there.
No, look at it more from the point of view of things like Copilot for coding. You know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it will help you write like the boilerplate crap code that you know how to do.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But it's just tedious.
Yeah,
so
of course.
you use AI
fine.
for that sort of thing, and then if it's not to your liking, you can go in and edit the thing.
Yeah.
Say, nah, that's not quite right, or not exactly what I wanted. So you go in and tinker with that bit instead of, like you said, just pushing a button or writing a sentence. Make me a remix in the style of whatever of this tune.
Yeah, but in this case, how it would be useful for me, it would be the area of sound generation, where I would say that, okay, I want this, but with more attack. And then it would just give it to me. And then I would say, okay, but less echo, please. And okay, that makes sense for me, at least, because that's still not interfering with my creative process. But this is a little bit similar discussion to the old times when people used or not used drum loops under their tracks. And for quite a while, I thought that if you use a ready-made drum loop, that's not your creation. And it's a little bit of cheating. And I felt also bad about that. I never did that in my first tracker music kind of things. No, I never did that in tracker music, actually, because I didn't like it. It also didn't match up with the timing sometimes, and it was annoying. And later on, now that everything is time synced, and sometimes you can support your song with some drum loops, for example, that feels a little bit different because it can give a little bit of frame to the whole thing. But since I'm layering everything, and that's my hobby, I really need to learn how to match the frequencies properly, and I'm in the process of that now. So,
yeah. And that's also like this. Was it the CEO of Sora that went on some interview? One of these music generating AI businesses that went on some podcast or program or whatever and said that, yeah, musicians don't want to be dealing with all this hassle, and they don't find making music fun anymore or whatever of the sort he said. It's like, no, yeah, I don't think you understand what musicians do. It's like, it's not like you get into it to make money. You do it because it's fun. Sure, money and making a living out of it, that's one thing, sure, but most people like you and I, we don't expect a return of money for any of what we do. It's more like we want to learn things. We want to be exercise our brain a little bit, learning about acoustics and shaping sounds and music theory and all of these things.
And it's, I understand that most of the people are not built for that, or they don't want to learn that, but it's not even that process. Like, I don't want to dive deep into all parts of the whole thing, because there are parts that I enjoy more and there are parts that I enjoy less. Lola just said, for example, the latest version of FL Studio just added an AI assistant basically doing what you were suggesting. It came out just today.
Go.
Whoa. Okay, I never got along with FL Studio for some odd reason, but this is a revelation. It's a kind of a wow. It's nice.
Yeah,
so,
well, why not? I mean, there are synthesizers like Omnisphere or whatever. You have all these knobs you can tweak and whatnot that make sounds. Why not just add like a natural language interpreter on top of that maps onto various functions within the synthesizer and make whatever you want it to make.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Because then you are... then you are describing the sound you want, but you don't want to learn sound like a theory or whatever. What's it called again? Sound engineering, I guess. You don't want to get that deep into the thing. It's kind of like, yeah, I want this and that on my pizza, but I don't want to learn how to make a pizza.
On basic level, I would love to learn actually how to tweak the knobs for getting the same result.
That's for later on, I guess.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, like get hooked.
Yeah.
It's like if you're starting out with photography, you don't go for the most advanced camera to begin with, because then your pictures will be shit.
Yeah.
Because you don't know which fucking knob to turn to make it go, oh, there's the white balance. I didn't even know I needed a white balance, but okay, there we go.
Yeah, I know.
Instead, if you had a camera that you could kind of talk to and describe, for this picture, I would want this and that to happen, and then you just press the button after you point it at the thing you want to take a photo of.
Yeah.
Yeah, make the background more blurry. Click. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, there are just so many aspects, and I can't get along with this, okay, let's import the MIDI kind of thing, and sure, sometimes it helps, but most of the times it just gives me a headache. I have this 10, 20 channels, and most of them don't even work as they were written in the original kind of part, and then you need to divide them anyway, and you end up with making the notes there, and I think
it's more for a reference.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I get why it's useful, and sometimes I'm using it too as a starting point, but most of the time I need to tweak it like a whole lot, and in fact I could just write the notes myself sometimes, because it at least then I know that I get whatever is expected to be heard.
Sure.
But yeah, it's there are several parts of the processes that you might enjoy or might enjoy less, and I guess for those parts of the processes, AI will be very useful in the creative process as well. But overall, pressing a button and doing like a whole song, or this, what is that, Suno? Suno?
Sono, I think.
Suno AI is creating
Sono,
songs, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Like,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, no, I'm to some degree not a professional one, but I'm a musician enough that I just don't want to press a single button and then get a random song that I can be proud of. Like, no, that's not what I'm proud of.
Very talented button presser.
Yay! Or prompter. That's a great thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a useful thing when you are a good prompter, but that doesn't make you a musician, right?
That's also it's a different field of expertise. The whole prompting, trying to understand what the AI is trying to do and trying to coerce the AI to do the thing you want it to do, rather than it's not just make me song and it will feed you whatever you want. It can't read your mind. Yeah. So prompting, I guess, would be kind of like the better you know how the underlying system works, the better you can coerce it into making the thing you want it to make. So that is a skill in and of itself as well.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not like you don't really have, like, for instance, with pictures, you have a color theory, you have like framing and shapes and objects and all of this that needs to kind of blend together in a like lighting, all of this that needs to blend in a good way. Yeah. Like if you were to compare that to taking a photograph, let's say a nighttime photograph, like you would need to learn quite a few things before you can take a good nighttime photograph, because it involves low light. You need to know how to handle that. You still want to have like a sharp picture, but in low light. That's a tricky one, because especially if there's things moving, like how do you deal with those things? But with like a generated picture, you don't really need to care too much about the technology or the technique behind all of that. You just know what the result is that you want. Then your task is to know how to convince the AI to give you what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you use it well, it's gonna definitely help a whole lot. And I also believe that. So it's... the way I see it, especially with music, is that it might get, like right now there's like a shit bunch of like AI bands out there that just rake in cash on Spotify, because they release like 7 albums a year or whatever, like a silly amount, and all of it is just bland tripe. Basically, it's like the lyrics don't make any fucking sense. The music is just, everything is the same, and just bland. There's no highs, there's no lows, there's nothing to kind of hold on to as a human being, because that's not what AI does. It doesn't really do that sort of thing. No. That's where the human steps in. So if you are creating something like that and want to learn how to make it better, then you need to actually learn music theory or sound design or whatever it is. So it's a portal for people that if we somehow can get past this whole fucking... We are extending the show by 15 minutes, by the way. Yes.
Somehow, if we somehow can get past this this monetization business that has gone fucking amok with the AI shit, like slap a .ai on anything and now you're worth $1 billion. It's like, fuck off. It's like you know nothing about the thing you're trying to build anyway, so who the fuck should even listen to you? And then there's the AI slop that just floods the zone with no clear purpose other than making money. The only purpose is to get eyeballs or
obviously.
or ears or whatever it is.
Well, hopefully they will be able to detect these things and get that somehow behind in the system, if not eliminate them.
Eliminate is pretty impossible. I would say.
At this point. But anyway, Mr. Ray Romantico is waiting for his request for quite a while.
Sorry, Ray.
Yes, so I think it is time for us to play it.
Went a bit on a tangent.
Ever so slightly. And as I said, we are expanding the show now by 15 minutes. The request was The Wilderness Last Ninja. And I think we didn't hear SIDNIFY's version of this for a while.
That's been a while, yes.
Yes, it's from 2020. And why not play it now?
Fundum.
Okay.
Van Damme.
Okay.
Hoi Marcel.
Hoi.
Hoi.
And yes, that was most likely Ben, was it?
What?
Ben or Anthony, that was the question.
Oh, do not know. Actually, the wilderness wasn't
We
that.
will figure it out.
I think that was Ben.
shortly. Yeah, I think so.
But I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of the original Sid.
No, actually, the wilderness loader is Anthony Lee's.
And the in-game.
The wastelands, the wilderness. No, the wilderness itself is Ben Daglish 7th tune. It's okay, not confusing at all. But yes, it's in the still information. Oh, for the last ninja. Under Daglish ban in HVSC, so you will find it.
Daglish Ben?
Daglish ban. Like in a Hungarian way. That's how we say names. Family name first. That's
Okay,
how
with
HVSC
Manarika.
is organized. Yes, that's how they called me my entire life. Don't smile at that. Yeah, I know. And it's still weird sometimes when I go to an official place back the other home and I need to sign it. Oh, not Erika Wittmann. It's Wittmann Erika. Sometimes I almost sign it the wrong way, but no.
Nope.
No.
Not today.
Not today, no. Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes. No. Oh, now you have your second beer smile.
No, I was doing the sound of Cybernoid.
Cybernoid. Okay. Well, they are cute, as we learned it today, so they must have a cute sound as well.
Probably.
Yeah, and it's already 11 p.m. Yes.
Anyone have an AI that can generate cute Cybernoid sounds?
Sounds. Okay,
Yes.
that's a whole different level.
Didn't FL Studio have that? Create me a Cybernoid sound.
Oh, la la. In English-speaking circles, my name is Lala, but in Hungary we reverse that, so there it's Lala.
Was that why you chose Lala as your nickname? To not have to bother. So in Hungary you're Anois.
A noise, yes.
Yeah,
it's a noise.
It's a noise.
It's a noise. I'm a noise, yes. Or as a female name, Noisa. That would work, I think.
Well, now
That's,
you're just doing the letter jumbling that I like to do.
Yeah, I know, but doesn't it sound great? It's like, there is some sort of majestic thing to that when you kind of create female names like that. So
yeah, but that's I think your alter ego, I guess.
yeah, a noise, but since it's a female name, Noisa looks better.
Yeah, but that's actually just straight up backwards.
Yeah, I know it's straight
So
up
it's,
backwards, but if I would
good.
do, like that works. Yes. And this henceforth she was known as Noisa. Yes. Oh, I like that.
Well, that's annoying. Sknahog.
Sknahog, that's great. I like that.
Nolzjag. Nolzjag is also weird.
And fun fact about Lala is that from his nickname, you would think that he is called Lajos, but he is not Lajos. Ha! Because we kind of also do the nicknames from the names there, and there would be Laszlo and Lajos that you would associate to that, but his first name is not that.
Well, imagine
He did
that.
it because of his second name, which is meaning oily, by the way, in English. Lolo, now we are.
exposing you.
Exposing you, indeed.
Yeah, we need to change the name of the show after the fact to Lala Exposed.
Wonder what he will react to that. Meanwhile, we still play some music. Are
we still
doing
have
that?
a couple, I guess,
Definitely
in the request
we do.
list.
Because poor FS, we had no idea what the Cool Frogger tune is from Revision, since you didn't define it. So we will play for you Mackey and Star Force Fighter, kind of. Star Force Fighter. Okay. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You're gonna have your fill of Mackie soon.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But we can't say anything more than that.
Oh, we just said that. And that was it. That's
Yes.
all you get.
That was it. Now nobody knows what we are talking about.
Do they ever?
Yeah, true. Ooh, you make a lot of sense now. Yes, that's one of the best thoughts you had today.
Oh, it wasn't even an entry. It was music during the contest.
Oh, wow. That won't really make it easier, would it?
No. Impossible.
Yeah, because
Impossible.
we don't have a built-in Shazam for the remixes.
Yeah, sorry.
think.
We're not Marcel that has some sort of weird memory where he can just recall tracks and sounds and whatnot out of thin air.
Yeah, but there are some tracks that we can recall, I think, but I would have a hard time with this one. Because
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, and there were so many compos, and I'm not really sure we were sitting on all of them as well. So it's kind of challenging when you are there. But
Kind of.
yeah, next
Was
time.
it from this year?
This year, I think. But next time when you
did not hear it.
hear the song, write instantly on the channel, and someone might know, because I don't think they have any track list anyway when there is something going on. So
Not for the in-between stuff, I don't think.
okay, and we got it. Look at that.
Fire 2 by DHS.
Okay, that's nice to know. Okie dokie.
Well, isn't that the one we used to use as a, not we, but me and Boz used to use as a level checker? Like, if this goes into the red, we're way too loud. I think that's it.
Jumping Quad
Yeah,
remix.
it's the waveform is like a sausage.
Oh wow, and it's really
It's
fat.
just a sausage.
it's a fat waveform.
Yeah, it's a fat sausage.
Let's start again for 3 hours. FS just came in. Well, you know what? Maybe we can play this one and come back afterwards.
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
Okay. So, Frogger 2, Jumping Quad, remixed by
Get up on your feet.
Fiddly-dum.
Fiddly-dum.
I got it on most of the tracks.
Got it on most of the tracks, yes.
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 We only have 3 more minutes to go. So I think the next track will be the last one.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Well,
Now we
okay.
are not going deeper into AI discussions.
No.
And not today, but maybe
Not
at some
today.
point. Well, we shall return to our regular schedule, I think, on the 31st of July.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. Well,
Ish.
technically 3, but yeah,
Oh, yes,
it's
3 weeks,
the 10th
yes.
of July today. Because next week, it's not Thursday, but you can hear from us on Saturday, I believe, and on Friday as well. So Friday
Live from
evening,
Hungary.
Live from Hungary, Friday evening, non-stop remix set.
From the very reverberated ice hockey rink.
Yes, but hopefully it won't be that much reverb when you are
Not on the
listening
stream,
on the
no.
relays. So
Ooh, thank you, Bolo. 64 TCP packets.
Aw,
thank you very much.
That's so nice.
And he says,
Very appropriate.
and he says, let's survive AI.
Yes, we try. We will definitely try our best to do that. And
Yeah, I think so.
yes,
I think we will.
Yeah, so next week.
Oh, no.
What?
No, Ryan. Do not start that. He says, so, what's your favorite VST plugin?
Just to keep us here for another half hour, and the show will never end. Basically, today.
I don't think half an hour will be enough.
Yeah, especially not for Slaygon, who has like 1,000 of them. But yes, it's a great topic. We will continue with the next occasion. So the next occasion in the studio, I believe, with the two of us will be 31st of July. But next week, look back, because there will be Friday and Saturday happenings here.
Yes, so do the subscribe things and whatnot, and hope that you get a notification.
Yes, please do that. And I think between the 21st and 27th, Slaygon either goes on holiday or calls in Boz for a change.
What?
Or, well, on the week when I won't be here, basically.
Oh, yeah. I'm already on vacation.
You're already on vacation,
Yes.
so
Started on the 1st of July.
well,
It was so hard work not to work, so I had to
Yeah.
have a vacation.
That's what he needs now, a vacation in the middle of vacation. So let's do that. And basically, you know all about our schedule. So next weekend, make sure to come back here, because we will try our best to broadcast from Hungary, from the 8-bit party there. And prepare your remixes. You do know you can also prepare SIDs for the music compo, right? If you don't, then just saying it's possible. So please do that, and we will just send you the link here, because remote entries, I believe, are allowed. So there you go. The link is on the channel, and
Also, schedule is on the screen.
Yes, thank you very much. So that's next week, and of course you can also bring up the Boss Radio schedule, because let's see what they have on their agenda. It is, let's see that, how regular. Yes, they do their Matricado, Cactus, and Boss is on the schedule currently. So, as usual, please check them out as well. If you want to have like similar mood and similar evening or afternoon, or in fact, it depends on wherever you are, shows, but with a bit more commercial music.
Yes, and FS asked when is the deadline? So that was on the schedule as well. That
Yes,
was on screen. So if you just rewind or go to the link that Ziona posted.
Yes, there is the schedule link that you can click on. And,
July 18th, 5 p.m. Central European time.
Yes.
Plenty of time, says Lala. Yes.
Yes.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time to make a remix. So make sure to do so.
Yes, have all of 8 days.
Yes.
Well, 7 days plus change.
Yes.
So a full week. Ryan, interested?
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I like that.
Yes.
So,
Classic Ryan type remix would be awesome.
it only takes you 5 minutes to record something that you just do with your instruments all at the same time, right? So
Press,
all good.
Press your AI button. Get on with it.
Right? Am I not right though? Well,
No.
okay.
To make a remix, Ryan. Well, you can come to Hungary as well, of course.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. We guarantee you will have fun
Oh yeah.
to go to Hungary. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and thank you, Bolo, for the very generous Let's Survive AI freeing of TCP packets there. Very, very appreciated.
indeed. Thank you very much.
And thank you everyone for, I don't know, still, well, at least the ones who are still here.
Well, there are plenty of them. So, yes, thank you everyone for keeping up with us here and with all that extension because of nice discussions that we had.
Yes,
And
yeah, and Ryan said he'll prompt something quick.
okay, yeah. I mean, you know, you can just always send it over and yeah, combo time.
He also says, I heard the women are beautiful in Hungary. Well,
That's just one. There are more beautiful ones than me.
Oh.
I guarantee you that.
hello, Geobacter. You're
Hi.
a bit late, but welcome.
Yes, very welcome. And yes, now we are finishing the show, but you can always rewind on both Twitch and YouTube, I think.
Yep.
And yes, thank you very much again for keeping up with us tonight or this afternoon or wherever you are. I don't dare to say tonight anymore because there are so many people from so many places.
It's
that
night,
is just
it's night here. So I think the people in the US that are with us, if they're still here, will understand.
yes. Anyway, yes. So all good. And I think we talked about everything. Take care. We will be back next week on
No.
Friday and Saturday. What?
Sorry, we did not talk about everything. We will get back to you, Ryan, on the favorite VST.
Okay, yeah,
not
that's
tonight,
next
but
show, yeah.
next one.
Yes, next regular show 31st of July, but next Friday and Saturday, irregular shows. Tune in.
Good one.
So see you. Have a good night. Good
Have
weekend.
a good one. See
and
you.
see you next week, but not on Thursday.
Yeah, see you from Hungary.
And as the finish of the show, we will play Lala's request, which was why do I not see it now? Which was
Target
actually
Renegade.
Target Renegade and Funk Reflex. So that's what we say goodnight with for tonight. And bye everyone. Thank you
Bye-bye.
again. See you
See
soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
Sid, The Final Frontier. These are the remixes of the Commodore 64 community. Our continuing mission to play Commodore 64 remixes as loud as we can.
Thank you, Berka.